Cursor just gave AI the keys to your repo, and nobody is talking about who cleans up the wreck. In June 2025, Cursor shipped background agents. The pitch sounds beautiful. You assign a task, walk away, and a cloud sandbox spins up, writes the code, runs the tests, and opens a pull request. Autonomous commits while you grab coffee. The rockstar developer who never sleeps. Except this rockstar has no context, no institutional memory, and no shame. And in my analysis, Cursor appears to be optimizing for demo impressions, not long-term codebase health. That is the villain here, not AI itself. The incentive structure that rewards shipping autonomous output volume over maintainability. Let me give you the proof in 3 layers. First, inference-time shortcuts. Background agents operate on the same large language model inference pipeline as any Copilot tool, but with a critical difference. There is no human reviewing each decision in real time. The model picks function signatures, invents abstractions, and names variables in a single forward pass optimized for token probability, not for the naming conventions your team agreed on 6 sprints ago. The result is code that compiles, passes the generated tests, and reads like it was written by someone who skimmed your repo for 30 seconds. Because that is essentially what happened. The embedding-based retrieval step that background agents use to understand your codebase is retrieval-augmented generation over file chunks. It is not comprehension. It is pattern matching against whatever fragments fit inside the context window. Miss a critical config file or an internal style guide, and the agent will confidently produce something that is technically correct and architecturally alien. Second, test suite hallucination. Background agents can run tests. Great. But when the agent also writes the tests, you get a closed feedback loop. The model generates an implementation, generates assertions that validate that specific implementation, watches green checkmarks appear, and opens the PR. The tests are not verifying intended behavior. They are verifying that the code does what the code does. Tautological testing. Your CI pipeline lights up green and the actual regression hides until production. Third, ownership erosion. Every autonomous commit that lands in your main branch is a commit nobody on the team personally reasoned through. When that endpoint throws a 500 error at 2 in the morning, the on-call engineer has to reverse engineer intent from machine-generated code with no design doc, no Slack thread, no commit message beyond what the agent hallucinated. The cognitive load of maintaining code you did not write and nobody wrote is a category of technical debt that our industry has no playbook for yet. If you are watching this and recognizing your own codebase in what I am describing, then you already know this channel says the things your stand-up will not. Subscribe, we are just getting started and the mess is only growing. Now here is the counterpunch I know is coming. Someone will say, well, you still review the PR. You are the human in the loop. The merge button is the checkpoint, and that is a fair point in theory. In practice, review fatigue is real and well documented. When an agent opens 8 pull requests overnight, each with 400 lines of unfamiliar code and auto-generated test files, the probability of a thorough review drops fast. Studies on code review behavior show that anything over 400 lines gets rubber-stamped at dramatically higher rates. Background agents do not produce small, focused diffs. They produce entire feature branches. The human-in-the-loop argument assumes a discipline of review that most teams do not actually practice even for human-authored code. Adding machine speed volume to that pipeline does not raise the bar. It buries it. So here is where I land. Cursor background agents are not a productivity breakthrough. They appear to be a technical debt accelerator with a slick demo reel. The real cost is not measured in tokens or compute. It is measured in the mass of code that your team is now responsible for but cannot explain. The cleanup crew never gets the keynote. They get the on-call page. So tell me, honestly, if your teammate opened 8 PRs overnight that nobody could fully explain, would you merge them just because CI passed? Or would you call that reckless? Pick a side.